Valentina Shevchenko versus Lauren Murphy takes place this weekend in the co-main event of UFC 266 in the flyweight division, and the title is on the line. And finally, after so many years of asking questions, we will have the answer that we have long deserved. Just who is the best women's flyweight on earth? Is it Valentina Shevchenko or is it Lauren Murphy? This weekend, live on pay-per-view, the Titans will clash in the center of the octagon, and we will find out just who is queen of the flyweights. This is the female equivalent of Khabib versus Ferguson, a long-awaited matchup. Who knows what's going to happen this weekend when these two absolute Goliaths of the fight game collide with each other? It's going to be absolute mayhem. Only God would know what's about to go down, and I don't even know if I want to witness it, because this is going to be absolute craziness from start to finish. There's no telling what's going to happen. This is completely unpredictable. Shevchenko's going to kill her. She's going to really badly hurt her. And it's not funny anymore. These women's flyweights are really bad, and Valentina Shevchenko's really good, and there's no anticipation here. Lauren Murphy might die. Shevchenko's gonna easily win in whatever way she wants. But I guess we can play the game of predicting what minute she finishes Lauren Murphy in. I'm going to go with the 3rd minute of round 2. Not really much else to say here. Lauren Murphy, she's shit at fighting. She started not too long ago. She was a mother at the time. She showed up to a gym and said, I want to be a world champion, when she was already a mother. Quite late into her life, and she's already here at a title shot, because that's the women's flyweight division. She had no former experience, and here she is against Valentina Shevchenko. I wonder what's going to happen. Shevchenko's going to annihilate her in whatever way she wants to. I think she's going to do it by TKO in the 2nd round. In the crucifix position, much like the Jessica Andrade finish, because it's the easiest way to finish people if you are way better than them by far in a certain area. I don't think she even risks this one on the feet whatsoever. She could do. She could go out there and risk it on the feet, but there's no risk, because it's Lauren Murphy. And I was watching Embedded today, and I was watching Lauren Murphy hit pads, and she's not punching right. I need some Pepsi. She's just not punching right. She's just punching from her waist. And her coaches aren't telling her anything. And, I mean, her nickname is Lucky. So in some kind of hindsight here, we could be looking at a massive upset, because her nickname is Lucky. And that would almost be too perfect. But her coaches aren't telling her to fix anything. And she's throwing punches from her waist. She's just so shit. She's just so shit. And there's nothing she's going to do to Valentina Shevchenko. You know why? Because women's fighters, especially in the flyweight division and other divisions as well, aren't trained the same way as the men. And it's so obvious. Brian Ortega's brother was hitting pads in Embedded, and I swear to God he was better than her. She is fighting for a world championship this weekend. Okay? She is fighting for a world championship to see if she can be crowned the best women's flyweight on earth. As of right now, she might well be considered the number 2 women's flyweight on earth. And Brian Ortega's little brother, who doesn't do martial arts, looks better than her on the pads. And 90% of anyone would beat Lauren Murphy in a fight. She looks blind out there. She has no technique. She has no power. She has no grappling ability. She got gifted a fucking decision in her last fight against Joanne Calderwood. She didn't even win. She absolutely got gifted a decision that she just definitely shouldn't have got in her fight with Joanne Calderwood. She blatantly lost rounds 1 and 3 to Joanne Calderwood, but somehow, some way, they found a way to give it to Lauren Murphy. What do you know? Shevchenko needs a fresh matchup, and Lauren Murphy was ranked higher at the time, so she can move up higher up the division with a win over Joanne Calderwood. She literally got gifted a decision against Joanne Calderwood. She couldn't even beat Calderwood. How is she going to beat Valentina Shevchenko? I just don't understand anymore. And she didn't even beat Andrea Lee, maybe. Like, there's a chance that fight could go to Andrea Lee. So, if the judging was correct, she couldn't beat Joanne Calderwood or Andrea Lee. And Andrea Lee, I believe, lost to fucking Roxanne Modafferi. So, like, what are we even fucking doing here anymore? Cut the whole division, am I wrong? You're just giving Shevchenko, and respect to Shevchenko, she's a tough girl. She's very, very good at what she does, okay? She's the only one who knows what she's doing in that division, other than Jessica Andrade, and she's literally a women's atomweight size. I don't know why she moved up to flyweight anyway. She's the only one who knows what she's doing with her limbs in a combat sport. And, like, people are saying GOAT and stuff, and I respect Shevchenko. She is a female GOAT. She is the women's flyweight GOAT. She forever will be. 100%. But she's the only one who is actually good at fighting. And the rest of them are really shit. Including Lauren Murphy, who's a little bit worse than all of them. Even the ones at the top that Shevchenko has already beaten in dominant fashion. Jessica Andrade would wipe the floor with Lauren Murphy. It just would happen. She would wipe the floor with Lauren Murphy and finish her whenever she wants. Shevchenko did whatever she wanted with Jessica Andrade. What the fuck are we doing now? This is the UFC, where the fighters deserve millions, where a mum can, in a halfway point of her life, pick up a sport and get to a world championship this quickly, whilst not knowing how to look like you know how to throw a punch. She couldn't even pretend for an embedded episode that she was good on the mitts, okay? Deji Olafucking-Tunji looked good on the fucking mitts, okay? Tom Holland's looking good on the fucking mitts, in all honesty. Lauren Murphy looks like absolute garbage. Let's talk about women's MMA in general. Shevchenko finishes her in the crucifix position by TKO in round 2, minute number 3. Let's talk about women's MMA. They aren't training like men. They aren't training at all. There's no possible way they could consecutively be so shit and make zero improvement in their game whatsoever unless they aren't being trained the same way. Mackenzie Dern, a year ago, claimed that she had just started hard sparring. When Mackenzie Dern looked better in her stand-up against Tatiana Suarez, she had just claimed, and looked better in her stand-up against Verna Jandiroba, she came out and said, "Oh yes, it's because I started hard sparring." In the middle of her fucking UFC career, she began to hard spar. These women are being absolutely taken amok by their coaching. They are not coaching these females correctly. That's just the only explanation there is. Otherwise, she would throw punches like she at least somewhat knew what she was doing. She doesn't know what she's doing. She's tough. She's potentially lesbian. That's all there is to Lauren Murphy. And her nickname is Lucky. And it's got her 2 robbery decisions in her favour. I watched the coaches hold pads for Lauren Murphy. I watched the promo videos. She's throwing them completely wrong. They can see that she's doing that. She's throwing punches like this. They're not up here, turning over the shoulder or anything like that you would normally see in a YouTube fucking boxing match. They are literally the most pathetic punches you'll see in your life. But the coaches says nothing. The coach says absolutely nothing. And they just continue holding pads. And these can be coaches from like bigger gyms. And they will watch these women hit mitts and throw punches completely incorrectly and never bring their hands back to their chin in any way whatsoever. And they'll watch them throw kicks like an absolute clown and they will say nothing. And they will continue holding mitts. And then they will act as though, I can't believe Lauren Murphy is the underdog. That was like one of the funniest moments in all of embedded history. I don't know why Lauren Murphy is underdog whilst she's throwing mitts like someone with cataracts. Like, I don't know what to do anymore with these females. They just aren't throwing things correctly. And Shevchenko claims she's going to be the best for a while. And people claim, oh my God, she could beat the men. She couldn't at all in any way. I know they watched her drill into the guard of Brandon Moreno with spinning back fists and front kicks. They were literally just blocking guard and attacking each other's guard 1-for-1 in a sparring session. And the comments are filled with stuff like, man, Valentina really taking it to Moreno. She would not do anything to any men's flyweight. Okay, maybe Francisco Figueiredo or Malcolm Gordon, there's some opportunities there. Maybe Azaru Kadashev, but even then, she'd probably get calf kicked and she'd be done just because of the density of one's shins. Unless we get that fucking person who won a fight against a female MMA fighter recently in there, there is no way of her losing in the women's flyweight division. There's no one there who can challenge her. Mandy Baum, undefeated, 7-0, loses to Ariane Lipski. We know Ariane Lipski can't beat Shevchenko. So far, what do we have? We have Casey O'Neill. Maybe, just maybe, she'll be able to out-grapple Valentina Shevchenko. I bet you she won't. Macy Barber on a resurgence, shadowboxing out of fucking range. Like, there's only so many more excuses I can give, and there's only so much commentary I can put up with, because you know what's going to happen in this fight? Lauren Murphy is going to survive the first round, and for however much longer she lasts in the second round, the commentary will not shut the fuck up about how tough she is, and how brave she is, and how she has the heart of a warrior, the heart of a champion. It's just how good Shevchenko is, while Lauren Murphy goes out there and throws punches in whatever direction she wants to. They're not going to land on the target in any way whatsoever. I don't see a win here. And I dare it to be jinxed. I dare them to rub this in my smug face and show me that I'm wrong. I dare it upon the fucking gods of MMA. I dare you to let Lauren Murphy somehow win. It will not happen. No one will beat Valentina Shevchenko at flyweight. No woman will beat Amanda Nunes at bantamweight. At least at bantamweight, there's the Jermaine Durandames. There's the Holly Holmes. There's the fucking Raquel fucking Penningtons who are still doing good. Like, it's just, there's nothing. There's absolutely nothing in any of those divisions. The women's strawweight division is starting to get like an actual division for combat sports. Women's featherweight, it doesn't exist. Even according to the UFC's website, it don't fucking exist. So to me, it don't fucking exist as a fan either. Bantamweight and flyweight, they're absolute garbage. Bantamweight is better, but women's flyweight, it is just an absolute joke. And what's next? A Chukagian rematch? I just want to, I don't know. Nunes won't take a trilogy. Why would Nunes take a trilogy? Why? She's won twice, according to the scorecards. She's won twice, regardless of what you think about the decision. Why would she take a trilogy? I doubt Namajunas is going to be looking to move up. She's friends with Valentina Shevchenko. Well, can't wait until this weekend to see what fucking happens in this absolute fucking circus. Like and subscribe. Thank you for watching. Can a woman who is partially blind in the octagon beat Valentina Shevchenko? We'll find out. I dare them to let Lauren Murphy win. Click that button up there. Toodle pip. I'll see you later. Like and subscribe. Goodbye.